Welcome back to The Case for America on Real America's Voice.
Welcome back to The Case for America. I'm Trennis Evans, and we've been speaking with Joby Weeks and his famed attorney, Peter Tickton. Joby was a cryptocurrency titan, entrepreneur, never convicted, never tried, yet treated as a criminal by the corrupt government. The government manufactures the idea that the American people are victims of somebody like yourself. When I've looked at this, and it's very clear, it's completely evident that that doesn't exist. Peter, I go to you. Look, you've been practicing law for, I hate to say this, maybe almost longer than I've been alive.
Well, 54 years.
Well, okay, it is longer than I've been alive. So come on.
All right. Okay. So I can tell you the weaponization of government is at an all-time high. What I have witnessed now, since Donald Trump's got elected, and information's coming into me from all these people that need pardons or who have been weaponized against. They went after all kinds of different people. They went after parents of children that dared to go to a Board of Education meeting and complain. They went after January 6ers, as you know. I mean, in such a horrible way. I mean, pulling you out of your house after you're willing to go in and talk to them 2 months before, and then they come to your house at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. They don't knock, they smash in the door. They pull everybody out in their underwear in winter sometimes. And you're afraid to move. You don't want to move because you're looking at your children, and they've got all these dots over their chest from the sights from the guns and rifles that these many police are aiming at these children. You know, that's horrible, so horrible in its own right. You've got police that they go after now. If there's any excessive force, now the federal government, never used to be the federal government, it used to be the states. Now the federal government has been going after these police, under Biden especially. They went after so many other different groups, but the one that hurts the most, they went up after the upper middle class MAGA people. Anything MAGA, of course, were targeted by Biden. And to such an extent, I mean, it didn't matter if you had $100 million. They'd seize everything you have, and you didn't even have money then to hire a lawyer. So this, what we're seeing with Joby is a beautiful example of the craziness that it goes on with this weaponization that we don't even know from where it comes. But it's got to end. And under Trump, I think we have a better chance of it ending. Please, Donald Trump, you know, it's not just that we need 1 or 2 pardons or 100 pardons a month, but there's thousands of people that have had these processes made against them. And we need these pardons literally by the thousands just to make things right, at least to stop the punishment of the people that have been arrested that are innocent of any wrongdoing. So yeah, I do have an opinion about what's going on here, and it has to be fixed.
Yes, sir.
You know, and thank God we've got Donald Trump in office now, because I got to tell you, if Kamala Harris were the president right now, I'm sure that we'd be seeing people picked up by the truckloads, because they have more hate in their hearts, especially for anything MAGA or anybody that loves Donald Trump. You know, they don't want us to even breathe on this planet. So, you know, thank goodness we prevailed. We were able to overcome the machines because machines were attacked in Serbia. That's a whole other long story. But we have them here now, and I do believe that we're going to be able to get to this. Perhaps we need a little bit of a shakeup in the.
We need to see some actual criminals getting arrested. I mean, why are they target the innocent people, and then they let the devil worshipping, child trafficking pedophiles roam free?
Well, absolutely. So this is I was told, and then I would say, you know, and I think the American people understood that this is kind of the ideology. You know, the administration, President Trump said accountability is a must. We have to have this because, one, it's the right thing to do under our laws, our system of laws, the system of government as we have, supposedly, right? Mm-hmm. And two, because it was his instruction to actually hold people accountable for the crimes they committed against the American people. I don't think he was nearly as worried about what they did to him individually, as it's not a retribution campaign, as they've been saying. You know, the leftist media controls the space and says this. It's about accountability so that it doesn't happen again. So what's happened to you doesn't happen. So what's happened to President Trump. So what happened to the January 6th people. So what's happened to so many others does not happen again, that people go, hey, whoa, maybe we need to think about this. We need to back off before we try this. However, with no accountability, This is only going to be pulling back like a rubber band. People like attorneys like Peter Tickton that fight courageously to bring truth to matters within the court. People like myself who bring it here to the media and do what I do, working in law, working under Peter and others. People like yourself. There's not going to be any justice, and the criminals will be set to roam free, given the idea that they continue this methodology. They can continue to take down and destroy, systematically destroy from within the United States of America, Western culture, civilization, our constitutional rights, et cetera, et cetera. You are a glaring example of what is the government. You're a glaring example of what the United States government is capable of today, and how far they will go outside the boundaries, afoul of the law, and affront to the Constitution, as to what it will be done to, if you happen to raise your head and deliver to the American people some kind of idea of freedom, some kind of escape from the global banking cartel. If you offer that kind of opportunity to American citizens, if you're a pioneer of that, what's happening to you is here and now, because they can't go any further because they don't have a crime to throw you in prison for. So the best thing to do is to keep you silent and to keep you locked up here in the tower, if you will, with the ankle monitor on.
Yeah,
but we're going to free you.
Can't have a phone, can't have a computer, can't use the internet, can't hold the remote controller, I can't have a job, I can't have a bank account, I can't use crypto, I can't go to funerals, weddings, I can't even go to church. I thought I had a right to practice my religion. I mean, they denied my request to even go to church. It's absolutely ridiculous, but I get it, because look at the guys that come out with the free energy tech.
Oh.
I mean, that's classified. They come in with their black Suburbans and blacked out suits, and or they burn your lab to the ground, or they just murder you. I mean, I was just telling Peter, this is one of the worst mistakes the federal government's ever done, except for going to Waco and murdering a bunch of women and children. I mean, this is the reality. Truth is treason in the empire of lies. And so they don't like people like me that come out on stage and say Social Security is a big Ponzi scam, here's how you protect yourself from the hyperinflation, da-da-da-da-da. They just didn't like that, and they wanted to put me in timeout because I did the Ron Paul limo, I did the Ron Paul blimp, I created the Bitcoin logo. I went to 175 countries, I got millions and millions and millions of people into Bitcoin. They don't like that. So, you could probably escape the matrix yourself, and they probably will leave you alone, but the second you actually create systems that free humanity, get people off the grid so they're generating their own electricity, for instance. I mean, when your energy is free, your food is free, your water is free, your
collecting rainwater is a crime, yeah.
Your air conditioning, your heating, everything is free when energy is free. Well, they don't want free people, they want dependent people, dependent on government. They can feed them the crumbs and get the votes.
Right.
That's why they're importing all these people from the third world. They want to just replace us with a bunch of dependent people that aren't educated about anything. They're financially illiterate. They're economically illiterate. It's like, so of course, we represent the original republic. We represent the free sovereign Americans that are trying to take our country back. And that's not in the plan. Project Choke Point that Obama had running for years. This is it. They debank us.
Okay. Project Choke Point, these ideas, look, it's consistent. We have Eric Holder, we have Obama, we have this ideology that is continuation, that is taken on, which is essentially the apparatus of the Democrat machine, right? And it came for the American people. And nobody's responded. There's not been a response to the lawfare. We're not seeing the meaningful response. We're asking where this is happening, who's in charge, and why isn't it happening, right? If those simple aspects are flushed out, people like you go free. And I urge President Trump, there needs to be number of pardons. And I think they should have Freedom Fridays. They ought to have 100 people on Friday.
There needs to be numbers of people going to Gitmo.
Oh,
I mean, what's going on with Fauci and this whole COVID thing? I mean, it's crazy what these people are getting away with. Yes, Trump definitely should pardon the people that are innocent. I mean, I took in $700 million. I didn't even take it in. BitClub took in $700 million. They gave me a bunch of that money to build them huge data centers. I was a vendor selling equipment to BitClub. I built the massive data centers all over the world. They mined 92,000 Bitcoins. That's $10 billion. How do you get in trouble turning $700 million into $10 billion, everybody getting rich, and then you get kidnapped? I thought we were going to be on the cover of Time magazine.
Yeah.
I mean, I was doing exactly what Eric Trump is doing now. And what's funny is Eric's American Bitcoin company, that's now publicly traded, all that equipment in his data center says HUD 8 on it. HUD 8 was a spin-off subsidiary of a company I owned a piece of called Bitfury. Bitfury spun off Cypher and spun off Hut 8. Eric Trump partnered with Hut 8, now has a $1 billion mining company. I basically seeded that company. I'm still sitting here for 6 years while they're doing exactly what I was doing.
We'll be right back with more of The Case for America on Real America's Voice.